fishing music right there. We're getting an early start today, guys. It's nice and dark outside, but we're headed up to Lake Fork this morning, and we're going to be fishing late January. We got some rain this morning. Got a lot of cloud cover. Not sure what the video and audio quality will be for the first couple hours of the day, but the rain's going to clear out as the day goes on. Got my real good buddy Zach Watts. Dude's a blast to hang out with. He's pretty dang funny. So, and I think he's got a really good challenge punishment in mind. I don't know exactly what it is yet. He hadn't told me, but we'll find out when he gets up with us. The good news is I got about an hour jump on him. But yeah, late January, little slight warming trend. So I'm really hopeful that we're going to catch him today. At the same time, it's January. Sometimes these smaller trends can kind of put them in between, and you don't really know what you're going to get. So, you know, we're going to go out there and give it our best effort. Hopefully we get a couple big ones on camera for you guys. But either way, we're going to have a good time, and y'all going to see exactly how it goes down, just like always, right here on Your Lake Fork Guide. Well, here we are, as you guys can see behind me. It is a foggy, cloudy, drizzly kind of morning. And hopefully here in a little while, ZW finally show up. We'll get after it with him too. So you guys stick around. It's going to be an interesting day one way or the other. We're going to see how it goes. Look who finally showed up. That's a wacky bag coming at you going strong right there. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Look at those shoes. What?
Hey, I just changed the batteries on them, baby.
What are those? My goodness.
B-Law, I appreciate you letting me sit out the rain this morning.
You didn't quite sit it out. It's still raining, bro.
Got me a nice little breakfast. God darn, it is raining, ain't it?
Hey, what's this challenge you got in mind there, Hammer?
Well, I can promise you one thing. Our challenge today will result in an absolute first for the outdoor world. An absolute first. You ready?
What's it gonna be?
All right. We're gonna go first, biggest, most.
Okay.
Right? You gotta win 2 out of 3 to win the challenge.
All right.
And the challenge is, you ready? The Yoga Pants Challenge, baby. Final weigh-in, final count will be at 2 p.m. The loser from 2 to 3.
All right, so the loser's got to fish the last hour of the day.
Last hour, 2 hours, however much longer we fish.
In yoga pants?
In these right here,
Well,
baby.
at least they're kind of camo looking.
Oh yeah, they're
they're
male yoga pants. They're mogas.
There's such a thing as male yoga pants?
I don't know. I just made that up. Get ready, YouTube. You about to see at least one neck in some yoga pants.
And we are not in yoga pant condition, I can assure you. Neither one of us.
No, hell no. We sure ain't.
Ain't nothing tight about us these days. Woo. Except them britches on somebody here later.
But I tell you what, if I do happen to lose this challenge, I want to apologize up front to you, Billy Lawson, Your Lake Fork Guide, because your number of female Instagram followers is going to explode. Hey, there's some lady outdoorsmen out there. You just wait till they see OZW in a pair of them yogs, in them mogas.
Mogas. This is Your Lake Fork Guide, Moga Challenge, starting right
now.
I know.
Number 1 on the board, baby.
dude. That's a fish that's seen a bull. That's a what now? It's a what now? You're so full. I mean, there's no reason for you to just be an outright. That's a baby. That's Paquito.
Piquito numero dos.
Man, Movement 80X is a good bait, ain't it, Bubba?
I'm okay with it.
He says he likes it, folks.
Yeah, right there. This Zanga.
That's it's called Lava Truth.
Well, it's not a giant, but on challenge day, take every one of them we can get, baby.
Dang, I better catch a big one and a couple more. I know that.
Atta baby. Right out of my hole.
Yeah. Well, dude, pretty good. That's one of the day.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got it. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
God, that fish is cold. He ate that sucker though, didn't he? Golly, he had the whole crankbait in his mouth. Movement 80X. Zach's been catching them on that Lava Truce. That's a little red crawl color with a chartreuse belly on it. And there's only one of those in the boat. And I switched over to chartreuse black back, sure enough. We got really dirty water. You know, we've had a lot of weather, a lot of wind. And we got really dirty water. And there you see the two that we're catching them on. And I've only been throwing this maybe 10 minutes or so.
That's it.
And he come out of the same spot. The other two did, really.
So Billy, I guess this time of year, I mean, I noticed I caught that first fish. I did catch first fish. I noticed you dropped the poles down, and we just kind of been hammering this same area for the last 20 minutes. I mean,
yeah. If you notice, every time we get a bite today, if you'll notice, I drop poles. Pre-spawn time period, they're not going to be long very often, especially on grass. They got these big, expensive grass flats, and what it is, they're finding the warmest little pockets of water with the healthiest little pockets of grass, and they're going to group up in those little areas and stick to them like glue. And you know, we were fishing this area on Guide Trip a couple weeks ago, about a week ago, and they were over here, you know, just off to our right where we could cast them on this side. Well, now they're over here, and they're just going to move around based on, you know, the health of the grass and the warmth of the water. And none of them are thinking about getting on a bed yet. It's too cold. The water's in the lower 50s, and it's just gotten to the lower 50s the last day or so. So they're not thinking about making a bed. And until they start thinking about making a bed, they're not going to spread out. They will definitely be in groups. So when you get a bite, yeah.
So what was the biggest factor in the water temperature coming up? Was it this week in the 60s, or was it the warm rain we had last night? What do you think?
No, see, rain's never warm enough to warm water. That's kind of a myth. People talk about warm rain. It's not warm rain. The water falling out of the sky from 10,000 feet or whatever it is colder than this water in the lake every time. What it is the warm nights is what does it. Last night, 54 degrees.
Yeah.
So this water never had a chance to cool off at all last night. So it warmed up yesterday when it was in the 60s, and then it never cooled off, and now it's warming some more today because we're in the upper 50s and 60s. So anytime you start getting a 48 to 72 hour warming cycle with no cooling trends at night, and the lows never get below the water temp, that'll make that water jump up real quick.
So focus on your nighttime temperature more than
Nighttime temps
anything.
are more important. You can have 70 degrees during the day. If it's 45 at night, that water's still going to cool off at night. And it'll just cycle up and down like that. It won't make progress.
Right.
Yeah. And I always remember the Doug time. There's that bush. It's a big one. Please don't come off. Please don't come off. Please don't come off. It ain't that much of a big one. Boy, I seen that big old white flash. He's hot, dude. Hot. Hang on, baby. I got it. He was on that bush. Get up in here. There you go, little chunker. Thank you. Yes, sir. I know I didn't tell you this earlier, but now, see now, we tied for numbers, right?
That's right.
And you got first and I got biggest. So right now we in a tie, right?
Yep.
Well, you know what the tiebreaker is, right?
What?
Big fish.
Oh, okay. Why ain't the tiebreaker first fish?
Because it's my boat and my channel and my rules.
See how he does you?
So that fish come out of a bush that's about 10 feet off the boat right there, like a rocket. He comes shooting out of there,
Just jack slapped.
all hopped up on Mountain Dew and crushed that crankbait. And I seen it roll over on the side and seen that white flash, and I might have got a little Ike and Nelly and caught a 2-pounder, a giant right there. What do you think? That one's for you, Mike. Decent one, I'm about to put him right where you are, Zeke. It's coming this way, and he's on a crankbait. Ain't got much choice. All right, one more solid one. Hey, now I got the lead in most and biggest. I think that ups my biggest maybe just a hair, but we ain't getting into no real big ones yet, so we'll just call it what it is. But another solid fish. We're catching a great average size, ain't we, Z?
Yeah, sure are.
Great average size, yeah, for sure. Got a good old Movement 80X. Wintertime bite, man, a little bit of a warming trend. All we're doing, guys, we got a big, massive flat, and these fish are up on top of the flat, and we're just rolling around, banging off stumps with these crankbaits, just isolated stumps that we can actually see. We're making short casts and bouncing these crankbaits right off of them. Bushes, any type of wood seems to be the deal. Go.
I think that black and yellow's got a little something to it.
Yes, indeed. Chartreuse black back in the priest palm, baby. There you go, Movement 80X. I preached it, but it is a great wintertime bait, guys. It flat out catches them. Not a real big one there, just another fun size. That's like them little mini candy bars.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun size bass right there, baby.
Halloween bass.
That's right.
All right, sports fans. Here we are. We got about an hour left in the challenge, pulling up to probably our last hole of the day. And let me tell you where things stand. OZW's got first fish locked down. That can't be beat. But your Lake Fork guide here, he definitely has the most. I'll give him that. He claims he's got the biggest, although no scales were ever used. But as of right now, he's up 2 challenges to 3 per, his eyeball weights. But that's fine. We'll get there.
Hold on, wait. Point it over here real quick, just to say, hey, he admitted it was bigger. That's all I'm saying. You agreed. It's like Major League Fishing.
What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do in a man's boat? I mean, I ain't gonna disrespect his boat. So, ladies, you might get your wish. Might see OZ in some mogas coming up.
And I hope it ends in this pocket because there's a boat in here.
Yeah, no kidding. Stay tuned, guys. The exciting conclusion to the Moga Challenge coming up.
I guess the time has come to pay the price, sir.
I will gladly pay it.
Oh.
When you lose a challenge, you got to pay.
The old Mogas. That's going to be from now on. You know I'm calling you Moga, right?
Moga, baby.
That's your new name. ZW is now Moga.
You make them true yoga pants.
Uh-oh. Is that the deal? You gotta have like capri pant length
There you go.
to be actual yoga pants?
I don't know. When I stare at a chicken yoga pants, they're always about right there.
When you stare at a chicken
Yeah.
So that was a side of you I had never seen, brother. I've been knowing you for a long time. We've done a lot of fun and not so fun and a lot of weird things together, but I don't know what's ever been that weird.
Man, if you would just hunt, then you come deer camp with me and you'd see me like that every morning. That's how I go to the outhouse.
Well, that's about where you belong, wearing something like that in the outhouse. Good night. Just a bunch of knuckleheads chasing some bass, having a good old time. That's what we do around here.
You see what we do for your fans?
That's right.
Anything and everything, baby. We're taking requests, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, if y'all want to see some certain challenge, maybe let old your Lake Fork guy Billy Lawson know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you put that in the next challenge.
I think there's a curse going, because every time somebody picks the punishment, like when I have a guest on and they come up with the punishment, they always lose.
Yeah, last time I won was you picked the Steal Your Bait challenge, and I got me that big, nice glide bait. I lost it, by the way, the next day.
No.
Got hung up down deep. I was Carolina rigging it.
Okay, now I know you're just jacking with me, but it still hurts. It still hurts. Well, hey, man, it was a fun day. I mean, it's January. We had kind of a warming trend, not much of one, just a slight one, but enough to where we had a little window where they got active, and there was, an hour and a half, 2 hours. We had a good time.
We had a good time, man.
Caught a good number of
and
fish.
It's funny how, we was fishing this huge flat, but every fish we caught was in probably a 50-yard by 50-yard area.
And we always talk about getting around those drains and depressions, and what it was there was one of those side drains, secondary drains, but they were up on the high side.
Mm-hmm.
They were just outside of it, up on that flat, but they were close to it. They'll always be around them, but they were right outside of it, up on that flat.
You reckon that's because that warmed up a little bit quicker than everything else around it?
Just the slightest of warming trend made that a little bit warmer, so those fish that were in that drain jumped up on that flat. If you remember, there was more grass there, healthier grass.
Yeah, there was more grass there. I will say that.
And so what they do is they get in those drains, and that was, they weren't in the drain today, but they were next to it. They were up on the high side, up on the flat, but they were relating to the drain still, because the drain ran right beside that flat they were pulling up on. And if you notice, that flat went for a long ways, but they were only in that little section that was right next to that drain. So I think the combination of the shallow water maybe being just a touch warmer, we didn't see much more than a degree difference between the creeks and the flats today. So it wasn't a real big warming trend, but it was enough for them to pull out of the drain up on the high side, and they were just pulling up on the high side that happened to have the most healthiest, thickest grass. I think is what was holding them.
Well, and you know what I noticed, an amateur like myself, about that area that we didn't see anywhere else is the bait, the presence of the bait.
Well, yeah, and the bait the same way. They're going to be, they want to get up in that warmer water too, and they want to be around that healthier grass, cover, oxygen, algae, food, everything that makes the circle of life happen under that water. That grass, multiplies it tenfold, and so that's really going to be your holding factor, especially in extreme conditions, be it cold or hot. Right now it's cold, but that grass is going to be the X factor every time. So.
Good deal.
Well, good job today, man. You kind of actually figured the pattern out. We were both throwing that crankbait, and we were throwing a few other baits, but you had that one with a little bit of chartreuse on it.
Yeah.
And I picked up that chartreuse black back, and that seemed to get even better after that. So that was the deal, guys. Taking that crankbait, letting it tick the top of that grass, and really hitting it off stumps. Finding some wood to bang that crankbait off of was a big deal for us.
Well, that probably should have been what the challenge was, to actually find the pattern. That way, but.
Well,
Billy makes the rules in Billy's boat. I don't know. I never heard of something like that, but I enjoyed it, brother, as always, man.
Of course. Thank you for coming out and joining us. Hey, guys, these are brand new hoodies. Hey, they are for sale on the website, so if you'd like to get you some of those, they are linked below. You can go check them out. These shirts right here, we still have a few left in select sizes, but those sizes are listed on the website as well. So everything's on the Shop by Gear tab at yourlakeforkguy.com. We've got limit fishing rods. You got a new wacky rod. How you like it?
Oh, man, let me tell you something. You know me with a wacky worm,
Yeah.
everything, how I am with it. I've used the same rod.
So you guys know he's got Limit Elite Series 7-foot medium. Same wacky worm
That's
that I
right.
use. Yeah.
7-foot medium fast action.
That's right.
All right. So, my go-to on the wacky has always been that old school carrot stick, and I don't even think they make them anymore. So I was just biding my time. That thing was reaching the end of its life, and Billy told me out here last time we was out here, as a matter of fact, said, "Man, I want you to try this Limit Elite series," and I tried it, and I ain't put it down since. It is my new wacky rod, and that's something for me to say that.
It is a big deal for you to say that for sure, and that's the beautiful part about that Limit Elite Series category. That line is $200 retail. Go find a better one. I dare you. You know, like there's $400 and $500 rods on the market. I'll put that up against it any day because it's that good of a rod.
Well, I tell you what, from the first day I've used it, I noticed the sensitivity. You know, with my old rod, when I was wacky worm fishing, probably 90% of my fish catches was because I saw my line running off.
Saw your line move.
Okay,
Yeah.
what I'm starting to see more out of this
Right.
limit rod is I'm actually feeling that fish
Yeah.
grab
It's
that bait.
so sensitive that even sometimes when you have slack in your line, the slightest tick you can
Yes.
still feel,
Yes.
even when they're slack in your line, which is, man, that's insane.
Again, that's one of the first things I
Crazy.
noticed, and I was sold as soon as I threw it about 4 or 5
Yeah.
times.
It's a top end rod, there's no doubt. Well, I'm glad you like that, man, and good fish today. We caught some good, we didn't have any, I guess we had one or two dinks, but most of the fish we caught were good, solid fish, no big ones. Well, all right, Z, man, that's going to do it for us today.
All right, buddy.
My
I
dog.
appreciate it.
Appreciate you every time. It's always good to hang out with my buddy Zach for a day. He is a whole lot of fun to hang out with. There's a whole lot of stuff with me and him that happens off camera that we just probably shouldn't include, so we don't. But
Yeah, we don't. That's why we don't.
We don't. Show them kicks one more time. Kick them things up there. Put that.
Man,
look at that.
look how well them batteries have lasted. They lasted good all day.
Some good batteries. Put
Hey.
new batteries in this morning.
Hey, yes, and if I ever
Okay.
fall out the boat and I'm just dangling feet up, you gonna find me.
If you're
You know
head
what I
down
mean?
in the water, we can locate you. Oh, my dog. Hey, y'all give him a comment. Let him know what a knucklehead he is. Please let us know what you thought about the Mogas.
The Mogas.
Oh, Moga Z
Moga
right
pants. Hey, by the way, I'm putting a copyright on that.
here. Yeah,
that
men's
that
yoga
term.
Moga. That's it. Oh, Moga Z right here. But let us know. Give us a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, please do give us a like. Give us a thumbs up. Hey, if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. We got a lot of instructional stuff on the channel. All kinds of things. Check out the website link below for all the gear that I use every day, including some of this apparel that you can pick up for yourself. And other than that, we'll see you guys next time right here on Your Lake Fork Guide.
They're male yoga pants. They're Mogas.
There's such a thing as male yoga pants?
I don't know. I just made that up.